Hello, this is our Inspiring Futures project. I'm Dominic Mayer.
I'm Michelle Altaya.
I'm Sean Etherington.
And I'm Shirley Trotman. The Royal Marine Royal Navy Riding Stables is a registered charity that's dedicated to providing affordable equestrian for ex-servicemen, service people and the general public. The stables is one of the the last military riding stables in the UK and offers services such as hacking, lessons, riding the road safety, livery and riding for the disabled. They also host a pony club where young members of the public are able to go and learn about sportsmanship, citizenship, loyalty and can take part in fun days and camps. The brief explained that the stables is not very well known within the forces and especially not the general public, and help was needed in areas such as branding, brand awareness, social media and marketing in order to increase memberships and to attract future funding. The methodology we used was a few frameworks and research methods. One of the frameworks we used was the FSTA, which included familiarity, satisfaction, trust and additional loyalty. We used secondary research such as Facebook and the business website. We looked at stakeholder analysis, which was the stakeholders of the business and how they impacted. One of the examples was competitive research. Another framework we looked at was Brand Community Framework by Koenig, McAlexander and Shooton, where we evaluated the relationships between the customer and the brand, the product and the institution.
So the areas we focused on were brand image and social media. They're important parts of the branding image that the business wants us to look at. We wanted to make sure that we looked at those in order to maximise the efforts we put into making sure they got their brand image out there. We looked at the stakeholder analysis, so we had to look at the different stakeholders that had an impact on the business and how we could engage them and affect them in different ways. There was stakeholders, anyone with an interest in the business, so we could look at the actions of the stakeholders and make sure that they committed to funding or provided new expertise or something like that. You had to look at the stakeholder influence. You had to say how much influence the stakeholder had over the business and how you could make sure that they had a big voice to say because they're important. We had looked at the brand community framework, which is the relationship between different figures in the community. This could be between customer and brand, for example. It shows how much influence each factor has on each other. So you have to see which as you can see here, it's all interlinked. So when one part of the framework works well, they all work well. Next one. We also looked at the FSTA framework, which focused on brand loyalty. We thought this is a big part of our idea because we had to make sure that, as well as engaging new customers, which is obviously another big area, we had to make sure we engaged current customers as well because they've been sort of loyal to the business throughout. They already have lots of different ideas going on about engaging customers. So to make sure that you keep the same customers as well. A quote to end on is, branding has emerged as a prime tool used to differentiate a company's products from the rivals. So that was what we had to use because we had to create a new logo to make sure that the branding was secure and that it was lively and that everyone would recognise the new logo that the stables would have.
We did the competitive research and we found three main competitors for the military stables. First one is Wembury Bay Riding School. Their website is colourful, interesting and engaging. They target children as their customer. The logo is simple but it's interesting. Also they have got a Facebook page which has like 732 likes. The second one is Fitzworthy Equestrian Centre. Their website is formal and they target older people as their customer. They have got a Facebook presence. And the third one is Newton Ferrers Eccles. Their website is interesting and interactive. They have got a direct Facebook presence and other social media such as Flickr.
Hello, yes, and we also looked at social media and how important this is to a business, obviously, when you're marketing or just looking to further your brand. We got a couple of quotes from Dibben Simkin and DiStaso and McCorkin, Dale and Wright, basically just illustrating how important social media is when it promotes growth between the relationship of business to customer and how it enhances communication from customer, bringing positive outcomes. Obviously, just making sure that your brand and your firm is known without the horse riding community. We did notice that you've got already a presence on Facebook which has over 400 likes, which is good. But we noticed you don't have a Twitter and Instagram page, and obviously if people are hashtagging and talking about your business without an actual page to refer to, then it's just being wasted, and obviously you need that kind of word of mouth advertising when it comes to things like this. Yeah, we also looked at brand image, and basically, obviously another couple of quotes here from Harun Ismail Omar Sodil, and while they're basically just confirming that a favourable image does lead to loyalty, which obviously is important considering, as we previously mentioned, you've already got competitors in this market. And we also said in order to get the brand differentiated from its competitors, a unique, creative and innovative logo should be constructed that is recognisable. New brand image could be introduced into the uniform, advertising material and improved website. So we also mentioned things like if you want banners and new advertising things, then this logo should be on that to have a recognisable brand. Now, a few of the things that we did notice, however, is on your main website when you want to use the hyperlink to Facebook, it doesn't work correctly. Now this is probably quite bad. It needs to be fixed quite soon. Because obviously if you want people to follow you and like you on Facebook to also spread the word of mouth message, then this does need to be corrected. So obviously people want to like your page, they want to spread the word about your fantastic business. Obviously all riding stables is the riding stables itself is very welcoming. All ages, disability and background, however this isn't portrayed throughout the website. We said the website comes across as very formal and cold in terms of the font, colours and pictures used throughout. So we said that that if you wanted to make it more attractive, then you could make it look less regimented, and obviously this would be especially attractive to young people who want to try horse riding for the first time. Logos are extremely important. A redesign of the logo will generate positive attitudes about the brand, in particular the greater the change in brand logo shape and more positive attitude to consumers was said by Nuttall, Winterick and Walsh in 2010, which obviously you've got to agree with because the brand at the moment is quite 1980s. If you want to change it up and make it more 21st century, then obviously we did do a short-term idea, which we're about to show. Still in keeping with the original ideas and the logos, such as the representing the crest from the Royal Marines and the in colours, the Royal Navy, well, it's obviously the generic picture of a horse. Obviously in keeps with the kind of message you want to send, like the full message, but also that people can have fun when they come. Now moving on to the recommendations, obviously firstly improving the website, making sure that your Facebook link works correctly. You need this to work obviously because it's imperative. If people want to look at your Facebook page, that'd be really good. And then secondly, using the social media. You want to make sure you've got an Instagram page and a Twitter page, so obviously people who are talking about your business on social media can have a page to refer to.
One of the recommendations we had was to redesign the logo because the logo that's currently being using is quite outdated and it's a little bit sort of all over the place. There's lots of different colours, so you want to make one logo that can be used in all the branding, or the website, and the leaflets that you potentially would hand out, and the clothing for the employees as well, to make sure that everyone can recognise the brand and potential new customers who had to see the new logo as well. Another idea we had is potentially a loyalty membership card similar to the Pony Club that's already been used for children. They could be used to, if you use the stable a certain amount of times during the year, you get money off in the winter times when it's less busy. This could be a good incentive for you, as it would improve repeats custom by potential customers, and it would also make the stables more attractive to adults who potentially might not be able to afford it any other way.
Other recommendations we had was to consider a new market, so this includes older generation students and secondary school. For a student market, we thought about maybe having a trade fair at the Freshers Week. We also thought about more advertisements, so this includes banners, posters, sending out leaflets to places such as at the trade fair.
The reason why we made this recommendation to succeed today's challenging and competitive environment. Successful marketing requires stability among creativity, innovation and knowledge with experiences.